left-hand side, Brevin Brown. Brown working the perimeter, 16 to shoot. They move it over to the right-hand side to Cameron McGrath. The entry pass down low. Gotel puts it up off the glass, won't go. Battle for the rebound, goes out of bounds. They say last touch by Isaiah Gotel. Missed the first shot, and it'll be Kamiak basketball.
And that time, Kamiak coming out in a man-to-man. Cascade trying to penetrate down low. They're showing what they want to do. They want to work inside and then out, trying to get the ball to Gotel, but it was slapped away.
Kamiak in the blackout uniforms look like the Husky uniforms where you can't read the numbers. And, you know, those football uniforms, that's them. And the first foul is going to be whistled here as they had it on the left-hand wing, and they're going to go inside for the foul. Brevin Brown picks up his first personal foul, first team foul, out of bounds, fresh 35 on the shot clock. On the inbounds it goes to Coleman Grayson, misses the shot, no good for Kamiak. So both teams 0 for 1 in their opening possessions, and here's Cascade with it. We're just about a minute into the first quarter here at Everett Community College.
Both teams in a tough man-to-man. No team really able to penetrate so far. Trying to swing the ball around, kind of a motion offense for Cascade, trying to get one of those three-point shooters open. Now they do.
McGrath will shoot a three. It'll come up short, no good. Gotel gets a rebound. Surrounded by black shirts. He got the rebound, went right strong, back up to the hoop, put it up and in, and one coming up here for Isaiah Gotel.
Gotel's been a bear on the boards as well as scoring in recent times. 6'5", with his hair, he's about 7 foot.
Yeah.
And that time, just muscling in for the offensive board, the putback and the free throw.
And it is up and good, and it's a 3-point lead. Opening a volley here by Cascade. The foul was on Grayson, Hunter Grayson, his first personal foul, first team foul. Down low they go, inside, and it's going to be for Coleman Grayson. Coleman Grayson will get that one on the bucket right side, and it's a 1-point lead for Cascade at 3-2. So Grayson commits a foul on one end, and then Coleman Grayson gets the bucket on the other end to atone for it.
Yeah, two big guys banging. Grayson at 6'5" as well.
So Cascade Bruins with the basketball. They move it around left-hand side to McGrath. To the right side to Gotel. Gotel feeds it down low, going in. Hancock put it up too hard, no good. Gets his own rebound back up and in. That's twice now Cascade has missed a lay-in, Bill, but they're getting offensive rebound, although they're surrounded by Kamiak Knights players.
They're going strong to the offensive boards as Hancock gets a steal for Cascade.
He does indeed. Feeds to Gotel going in, laying up good. I think he wanted to go in for the slam, but he had a defender with him, and Corey West says, that's enough. I'll call a timeout. 5:51 to go, opening quarter of action. Cascade 7, Kamiak 2. Snohomish County Western Conference basketball on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380. Okay. About 16 feet, pulls them to within 2 at 7-5. Then immediately up the floor goes McGrath is on the floor. Kamiak Knight players on the floor. Now McGrath is going to be called, I think, for the offensive charge here as he kind of went a little bit out of control underneath, and they will get Cameron McGrath, the 5'10 junior, his first personal foul, second team foul.
A situation that we've seen so often where a player has a full head of steam. If they do a jump stop and go up, they have about an unmolested 4-foot shot, which is a very easy make, but they insist on driving in all the way and ending up picking up a charge.
Kamiak's kind of having a hard time holding on to the handle of the basketball. Way out at the high post as they work it. Now to Chance Lord, pull-up jumper from 8 feet. Right there, Bill, that's what you like. Little pull-up, stop, and pop for a two-pointer and ties the score at 7.
You know, Chance Lord just averaging about 6 points per game. He's already got 5 in this ball game, so he's been aggressive and has taken what Cascade defense has given him.
Into front court comes Cascade, moving to our right. We're 3 stories up here above the floor on the track at Everett Community College. McGrath is open for an NBA 3, comes up short, no good. Again, another offensive rebound, back up by Gotel, but he can't hit the lay-in. They get tangled up in the feet, and Kamiak will clear it. They bring it down off the glass, no good. The shot one more time, no good. Third time is a charm. As Coleman Grayson had a shot at it, Andrew Foote had a shot at it, and it finally went up and in by Coleman Grayson, and it's a 9-7 Kamiak lead.
You know, I'm not sure that wasn't Hancock knocking that ball in for Cascade. They gave it goal. They gave it to the closest person. He batted up the ball, and then it went in the hoop. They will give it on the play to Grayson, but I think Hancock accidentally popped that one in.
Pull-up jumper on the way, no good for Cascade, taken by Justin Gordon, but the putback is up and in by Isaiah Gotel, and we're tied for the second time. We were tied at 7, we're tied at 9. Immediately down the floor comes Kamiak. To the low block they go, then back out for a shot. That's a two-pointer just inside the line. That was a miss by Gavin Patrick, and the rebound controlled by Cascade. Here come the Bruins out of backcourt. A 9-9 tie at 3:46 mark to play in the opening quarter. Gotel left wing, back out on top of the key it goes. It'll be Justin Gordon, back to Gotel again, looking underneath. He'll go to Brennan Hancock. Hancock still looking down low. They can't do it. They're still working the perimeter. Now McGrath goes into the paint, gets it over to Gotel for the lay-in. Just that easy, and it's back to a Cascade lead at 11-9.
9 points for Gotel, 9 of the 11 Cascade points, several of them off of offensive putbacks.
Along a 3, they're going to count it as a 2. That was a 2 up, and it was good there by Grayson, and it's an 11-11 tie. Boy, they're going quickly up and down the floor. Our third tie of the game, tied at 7, 9, and 11. And now a hand check foul is going to be called as he went left wing. Brennan Hancock was there. He's kind of walking immediately over to the bench. He knows he's coming out because checking in for him is Trey Poole. And for the Kamiak Knights, Marcel McQueen and Nate Schubert will check in. And out of bounds at the baseline now for the Cascade Bruins. Tied at 11, 3:05 to go in the opening quarter of action here at Everett Community College. Loser out of this ball game. A little extra intensity turned up here. And now Brevin Brown will go to the bench as well. And checking in for him is Trevon Blackman. So both teams making some substitutions here in the mid stages of this first quarter. Overplay on the defense. It's going to be stolen away by Trevor Gray for Kamiak. Going in. Blocked! Blocked from behind by Trevon Blackman. Out of bounds. Couldn't keep it in bounds, but more importantly, he prevented the triple lay-in.
And he avoided getting the foul, too. That was a nice play by Trevon Blackman. Just 5'7", came from behind and swatted that ball. Take a little bit off the swat. You might be able to keep it in bounds for your team, but as it was, big play. Kamiak ball in the tie ball game. Underneath
their own hoop, they'll inbound it. Chance Lord gets it back off the inbounds play, and then he'll dribble into the key, and then he hands it off to Nate Schubert, and then he puts it off his knee and out of bounds. So it'll be Cascade Bruin basketball tied at 11, 2:44 to play here into the opening quarter.
Now Schubert just could not control the basketball. Sometimes it's hard when you come cold off the bench to get a feel for it right away.
Justin Gordon out between the circles. More space between the circles, 94-foot court here on the college campus, so that changes the things for the high school teams as well. Are you in good enough shape to add that extra 10 feet? 14 to shoot. Gordon is wide open, puts up a 3, goes deep, and the well comes away, and then a foul is going to be called away from the basketball. The ball was in the air, it was in the cylinder, and they're going to whistle this foul on Chance Lord, who was just blocking out. I think maybe a little too vociferously blocking out, and he's called for the foul here. That's his first personal foul and the third team foul.
Well, you know, at this court, 94-foot court, you see which teams are in better shape. When you're on the third story of a gym, you find out how good a shape we're in.
Yeah, climbing up the stairs. Inside, they go to Isaiah Gotel. He puts it up. He puts it in and one. He will go to the free throw line. Gotel's got quite a number of points inside the paint, and they whistle this one on Nate Schubert. That's his first personal foul, and the fourth team foul. Isaiah Gotel at the stripe.
He's having a career so far in the first quarter with 11, now 12 points of the Cascades 14 here in the first quarter.
The average is 13.5 points per ball game. Here's Kamiak with the basketball. It's a 3-point lead for Cascade. As they go outside for a 3 ball by Chance Lord. He misses, no good. Rebound controlled by Trey Poole of Cascade. Here come the Bruins out of backcourt. Blackman over the timeline with a right-handed dribble. Swing it right side. Brevin Brown checks back into the ball game, handles the basketball. Out between the circles again. They go right side. Blackman dribble drive, little hook pass to Gotel. Puts it up off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound, won by Chance Lord. Here comes Kamiak out of backcourt. Running the wing, left side, Carson Tuttle. And then fed a pass right. It goes back to the top of the key to Trevor Gray. Lost the handle, out of bounds. Last touch by Cascade, and Kamiak will control it in their front court underneath their own hoop with 26 on the shot clock.
When Cascade was back on offense, they had Trevor Gray trying to guard Gotel. He's 5 inches shorter. Cascade trying to take advantage of that mismatch, but Gotel couldn't connect.
On the inbounds feed, it goes to Trevor Gray, puts up a shot, kind of admired it. It didn't go, but they're not admiring it, but grabbing the offensive rebound there was Nate Schubert for the offensive board, the rebound, and the bucket, and it's 14-13, Cascade by 1. Neither team has had more than a 5-point lead in this ball game. Dribble drive, Brevin Brown for Cascade. Goes around the defense, goes to the baseline, lays it up and in, and opens up another 3-point lead for Cascade. 1:04 to play in the opening quarter.
You know, they have that on the college court, they have that half circle underneath the basket, which the high school refs are not really supposed to pay attention to, but I think there was a no call on that last end because of that.
Nicely done there by Trevor Gray. He kind of backed his defender out, leaned back and put it up from about 2 feet away. It's a 1-point lead again for Cascade. A little bit of kind of a half-hearted full court pressure here applied by Kamiak as they bring it into front court. Cascade with it. Trevin Blackman. Now to Gotel. To the top of the key they go. Trey Poole. Now to Brevin Brown. 16 to shoot, excuse me. As they work it right side. Brown gets it down to the right side. I thought maybe a travel, but no call there. They'll work it back around the perimeter. Somebody's open. That's a 3 ball. It's good. That is Trevin Blackman he kind of stood there, measured, and fired it up. It's a 19-15 4-point lead. 10 seconds to play here in the opening quarter of action. Cascade with the lead, and going for the last shot here is Carson Tuttle. Tuttle has it for Kamiak. Pull-up jumper, little roundhouse foul, but no call, and no basket here for Kamiak. At the end of 1 quarter of action, our score, the Cascade Bruins 19, the Kamiak Knights 15. This is Snohomish County Western Conference Basketball on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380.
Shoreline Community College and Puget Sound Auto Dealers Association have been recognized internationally for its pioneering in finding a new way to deliver technical training for automotive repair.
Thank you very much, Gio, on the traffic back in the Fox Sports 1380 studios in downtown Everett. Here we go, second quarter action underway. Kamiak controls, moving to our left in their black uniforms, black numbers, black trim. It's hard to see the numbers from this far away. Can see the number of a 3 ball on the way, no good by Marcel McQueen, and that's a miss for Kamiak. Down by 4 are the Knights. Cascade up by 4, and they have the basketball. Moving to our right in their home white uniforms, trimmed in crimson and silver. And they'll work it to Gotel at the right wing. Out between the circles now is Blackman as they work the perimeter. Now down low they go to Brennan Hancock. Back out for a 3 ball. Little over traffic, no good by Brown, and controlled by by Kamiak. It's Carson Tuttle. Tuttle to the right corner, puts a shot on the way, no good by Jace Wiley. Wiley misses the 3 ball deep in the right-hand corner, and then a travel called on Cascade up the floor. Bill, you've got to look at some first quarter numbers.
Well, Cascade was 8 for 16 from the field, 50%. 1 of 4 from 3-point range. They hit both of their free throws. Kamiak 7 of 15 from the field, 46%. 1 of 2 from 3-point range. They did not attempt a free throw.
Up the floor, here's Kamiak. Carson Tuttle. Tuttle give it off to the top of the key. A little step through move and a bucket good by Gavin Patrick. Patrick got it top of the key, put it on the deck once, and then took about 2.5 steps, but it was legal, and he put it up and put it in. Pulls them to within 2. It's a 2-point lead, and here's a steal. Knocked away there by Carson Tuttle. Picked up by Kamiak. Knights out of backcourt. Tuttle brings it to the top of the key. No look pass to the left side for a tie. Up and good. as it was. Nate Schubert got it off the pass, off the steal, and it's a 19-19 tie, our 4th tie of the ball game.
A Schubert symphony.
It was, and he finished it too with the bucket. Out between the circles is Brevin Brown. You're welcome, classical music fans. Down low, Gotel, back to the basket, back out to the top of the key again they go. Now suddenly Kamiak's defense is awakened as well, and a foul is going to be called here. And we're going to get called on Kamiak's Gavin Patrick, his first personal foul, 5th team foul. Bill, I got here real early and I set up all the gear.
Yeah.
And I set everything exactly where we're sitting. Why do I have a pole in front of me? Why did I put the only pole in the whole building and it's in front of me?
Usually you put it in front of me.
Well, I know, or at least in front of Castro. But no, I put it right in front of my own self. So here we go. Cascade Bruin basketball off the foul by Kamiak. Brevin Brown, top of the key, starts to go left-hand side, and boy, right with him was Carson Tuttle. Denied him the access to the lane, so they'll give it off to Hancock. He goes in. Boy, suddenly Kamiak's interior defense is really stiffened up.
They did. And some good defensive adjustments by Corey West, getting Schubert in, some of the bigger bodies in there to try to go up against Hancock. And Gotel is out of the ball game right now, but Hancock did draw the foul in this tie ball game.
And Schubert commits the foul, his 2nd personal foul, and the 6th team foul. And the first free throw is good by Brennan Hancock, the 6'3 junior at the line. Hancock averaging about 7 points per ball game. Next one is on the way, and it is good. Substitution checking in for Kamiak. Christian Clausen, wearing number 1, will check in. And Gavin Patrick with his 2 personal fouls, probably on the bench for the rest of the half. 5:55 to go in the half. A 21-19 lead for Cascade. They continue to lead or be tied in this ball game. 4 ties so far. And just across the timeline, and an overreaching foul, I think, is going to be called on Brevin Brown. He's just going in, trying to steal the ball away from Jace Wiley, and Wiley kind of put his body between Brevin Brown and the ball, and that committed the foul for Brown.
Only the 3rd team foul on Cascade, so not a big deal.
But 2 personals on Brown.
Yeah, Kamiak's been really effective with their trapping 3/4 court press, and that's forced Cascade into a number of turnovers. Cascade doing a little full court pressure man-to-man did not seem to affect Kamiak too much.
Ooh, McQueen had the ball on the deck, and Brown reached in before he can be taken off the floor. He is going to commit his 3rd personal foul. So Brevin Brown for the Cascade Bruins, a leading scorer, has 3 personals. He will park it for the next 5:36.
He definitely will. That will hurt Cascade quite a bit not to have not only his scoring but his leadership in there.
Here's McQueen, blocked by Gotel. McQueen gets it back, rifles a pass to the baseline for the lay-in. Good! Nicely done by McQueen. Had a block right back at him, and then he got the ball and found Gavin Patrick at the baseline. He just absolutely laser beamed a pass down there for the bucket and the foul, and he will go to the free throw line. We're tied right now at 21.
I've been impressed with the Kamiak guards and how well they see the floor. They've had several times where just those quick passes inside for high percentage shots.
Free throw is up, and it is good, and a lead change now for the 3rd time tonight. Kamiak with a lead here by 1 at 22-21. They led by 2 early on in the ball game.
Patrick with 5 points all here in the 2nd quarter.
Cascade will kind of spread it out a little bit. Again, Brevin Brown on the bench with 3 personal fouls. He's their leading scorer and floor general out there. So that mantle will fall, I think, now to Trevin Blackman, who has it along the baseline, turns, spins, fires, and puts it up. It splits 2 big guys down low, and the little guy puts it up and in and gives Cascade back to the lead.
Trevin Blackman is just really quick. He likes that spin move. We've seen him do it all season long and was successful with that one. Now he gets the rebound.
And there is a miss by Kamiak on one end by Carson Tuttle, and then Blackman will kind of slow things down for Cascade. Bruins with a 23-22 lead, 4:40 to play in the first half. Blackman dribble drive left, goes right, and turns it in. Actually, he went right and then spun around left. A little spin move and puts it back up and in. Cascade out to a 3-point lead. Now immediately down for a reverse lay-in. That will go. Nicely done down the floor as they got it down to Gavin Patrick, who went for a reverse lay-in and put it up and in. 25-24, Cascade by 1. Immediately down the floor comes Cascade again. Trevin Blackman has it out between the circles.
I wonder if they're just going to keep running Blackman on that spin move until somebody stops it.
Gotel, they can't stop him as well. They fed it down low to Isaiah Gotel for the bucket. Up and in, back to a 3-point lead, 27-24. Halfway through the second quarter here at Everett Community College in a loser-out district ball game.
Gotel was fronted and had a player behind him, but that lob pass was absolutely perfect.
Carson Tuttle misses a 2-ball from just inside the top of the key. The rebound flagged down by Gavin Patrick. Tuttle will reset the offense. Now to McQueen, left-hand side. Puts the ball on the floor, fades away from 12, no good. Surrounded by white shirts. Here comes Blackman out of backcourt for Cascade. Does not have the numbers. He looked up and saw nothing but a bunch of guys from Harbor Point said, not this time, and goes in. Here's a spinning half lay-in, half set shot there by Cameron McGrath. He got fouled on the way up, and he will go to the free throw line. McGrath to the stripe for Cascade. The foul will be on Gavin Patrick. That's his second personal foul, and the 7th team foul.
So that's actually, the foul was called before the shot, but he will be in a situation of having a 1-and-1.
So 1-and-1 here for Cameron McGrath. He'll go to the free throw line. McGrath, third leading scorer, about 10.5 points per ball game. First free throw is good. 28-24. Cascade by 4 points. Next free throw could equal their biggest lead of the ball game. This game's been played in a 7-point span here. Next one, good for McGrath. 29-24, equaling their biggest lead of the game. Cascade with the lead. Kamiak now with the basketball. Chance Lord, backcourt. Up the floor they go. Dribble drive right side off the glass, and they're going to count the basket, or they say blocked before. No, it's going to be out of bounds. As they had it right-hand side, foot went through to the baseline. No basket. The foul happened out on the floor before he headed to the rack.
Yeah, so good call. Next foul on Cascade will bring them into a 1-and-1 situation.
That's the first personal foul whistled on Trey Poole of Cascade. So fresh 35 on the shot clock now for Kamiak. Out between the circles, Andrew Foote. Boy, it looked like he stepped through on that for a travel. No call. Chance Lord has it left side of the key. Dribbles to the top of the key, 20 to shoot. Dribble down the right-hand side. So went from the left to the top to the right, put it up a shot, missed it, no good. Gotel grabs the rebound for Cascade. Blackman will bring it out of backcourt up the left-hand side. Just across the timeline will slow things down. Now to McGrath along the baseline. He doesn't have a slow speed. He puts it up too hard off the glass, no good. And the rebound's going to be controlled by Kamiak. Taken down by Andrew Foote. He'll give it off to Chance Lord. Full court pressure now by Cascade. Up the floor, immediately going down. Boy, like a bull in a china closet there was Andrew Foote. And I think they're going to say he got fouled on the way through and tried to split a couple of defenders. And the whistle is going to be on Brendan Hancock for Cascade. That's his second personal, Justin Gordon for Cascade. His second personal foul. 17th foul, both teams now in the bonus with 2:34 to play in the first half. First free throw, no good. And it went, kind of bounced out of there, went out of bounds, and they're going to give it to Cascade.
So missing those free throws, those front end to 1-and-1, those are an opportunity to climb back with no time going off the clock, but Kamiak cannot connect. And so Cascade with their 5-point lead going against that man-to-man defense of the Knights.
Cascade with it as they work it right side. Trey Poole down the corner to Blackman, dribble drive along the baseline. Rifles a pass to McGrath, open for a 3-ball, and it rattles and goes. He was open momentarily. Chance Lord came and put a hand in his face, but he put it up and in anyway, and out to the biggest lead. Here's McQueen, launches an NBA 3, no good on the other end for Kamiak. Blackman grabs the rebound, comes out of backcourt, behind the back dribble as he crosses the timeline. He will slow things down. We're coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the first half of action. That's Trevin Blackman with the basketball. At the point guard position now with Brevin Brown on the bench with 3 personal fouls. Looking cross court as they work the perimeter, down to 16 on the shot clock. McGrath has it at the right wing. Launched a 3 last time that went in. Gotel out between the circles. Spins away from one defender. Tries to spin away from another defender, and he takes the basketball away. That's Trevor Gray going in. Laying up. No good. He got fouled on the way in. Blackman had to get in there and try to chase him down after the steal. Did not want him to go coast to coast for the bucket.
Yeah, Gotel trying to do a little bit too much out on the top. You want your ball handlers handling the ball. He tried to take it in. A nice steal going coast to coast and drawing the foul.
Trevin Blackman, his first personal foul, and the 8th team foul. Free throws here, 1-and-1. two shots here. First one is going to be no good for Trevor Gray, and he'll get another coming up here. Cascade 32, Kamiak 24. A minute and 37 seconds to play in the first half. Next one on the way, it's up and it is good. 32-25, 7-point lead for the Bruins. Cascade will bring it out of backcourt. Trevin Blackman across the Trojan logo emblazoned on the middle of the floor here at Everett Community College. Gotel left side underneath, nicely done there as McGrath is the recipient of the pass. Gotel just rifled one down low, went behind the defender, back up and in, and it's 34-25. Biggest lead of the game, 9 points for Cascade.
McGrath cutting off a back screen on the other side, and Gotel saw him and put the ball in exactly the position he needed to score the lay-in.
Along the left-hand side, Andrew Foote. Back out to the top of the key, Carson Tuttle stops and launches from a 21. It won't go. Rebound back down, up by Jace Wiley. It's up and in. Off the three-point miss, put it back up and in, and puts 2 on the board for Kamiak. Inside a minute to play here in the first half. Cascade 34 and Kamiak 27 coming up on the halftime here in just a few minutes as we go to the top of the key. Cascade working it. Gotel looking down low. 16 on the shot clock. Gotel out between the circles, goes right side to McGrath. Down to 12 on the shot clock. To the top of the key they go. Out between the circles is Blackman. 7 seconds to shoot. Blackman hasn't looked at that. It's down to 5, down to 4. Dribbles into the paint. Tries a bounce pass to Gotel off the foot. It's going to be picked up by Chance Lord. Up the floor for Kamiak. A little give and go. Nicely done. A little weave there for Jace Wiley for the bucket. Down to 14 seconds to go. It's a 5-point lead for Cascade. Down to 10 seconds ago. Blackman doesn't seem to be in a hurry. Down to 7, down to 6. Comes across the timeline to the top of the key. Down to 4, down to 3. Pull-up jumper from 12. It will not go. Battle for the rebound. Bodies on the floor. Blackman, actually right there was Isaiah Gotel was down. He went down hard, as did Trevor Gray. Gray just now getting up, and he's holding his left shoulder. Isaiah Gotel got fouled, and he will go to the stripe with 0.6 of a second to go. They'll whistle the foul on Trevor Gray. That's his first personal foul. 8th team foul. Gotel at the free throw line. It's good. First one, he'll get another. It's a 35-29 ball game. The lead is 6 points.
Gotel with 15 points in the first half for Cascade.
He has been the difference maker. We're going to hear from Corey West of Kamiak heading off the floor here with Adam in just a moment. 0.6 of a second as the free throw is up, and it is good, and that will be it. End of the first half. Cascade 36, Kamiak 29. And Adam will talk with the head coach of the Kamiak Knights, Corey West, down on the floor. And let's go down to him right away.
He's got to go to the locker room.
Okay, he's going to head to the locker room. So we will eschew. Let's go to Daryl McNeil.
Daryl, great first half. You guys got out to a great start, especially Gotel. He was huge on the boards. You guys were able to attack down low. What was the biggest adjustment you made there in the first half?
We've done a couple of different things over the last few games. So our guys are starting to learn the offense to where anybody can run in the post. So we just position the guys where we need to position them, see if we can gain an advantage. That's what we're just trying to do right now, is just figure out where we can gain the advantage at and take advantage of it.
Both teams very physical here in the first half. How do you keep up the momentum going into the second half?
Hey, if you're not motivated to play this doggone game, you're in trouble. This is the loser goes home, okay? Win or move on, losers go home. So if we're not motivated after this, I don't know what else to do to motivate them.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you.
There you go, Adam Lowy with Daryl McNeil, head coach of the Cascade Bruins. We are at halftime, and our score at the half, Cascade 36, Kamiak 29. This is Snohomish County Western Conference Basketball, Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com.
And welcome back to the STSPN halftime report, the Action Jackson Plumbing halftime report. Our score right now, Cascade 36, Kamiak 29. We're going to get back to you just here in a few moments. We're going to try to have an interview for you here at halftime and get you caught up as to what's going on here over at Everett Community College. Once again, you're listening to STSPN. And welcome back to STSPN.com. Our score at halftime, Cascade 36, Kamiak 29. We're here with the Action Jackson Plumbing halftime show. We've got the athletic director from Mariner High School, Nate Duchesne, joining us right now. And Nate's responsibilities, among other things, are to oversee the 4A district tournament here at Everett Community College for boys and girls. Nate, how's the tournament been going so far for you?
I think it's been great. Everett Community College has been a great host. Larry Walker, I think it's a win-win for our tournament to be at a neutral site and then also to allow folks to come into Everett Community College and see what it's all about here. It's a beautiful facility, and I think people that come in here recognize that.
You get a lot of support from the community college itself, too, in terms of logistically speaking?
Yeah, they have a lot of athletes, actually, that work their basketball games, a lot of baseball players that have helped out a lot. Yeah, it's been in a great facility, and I like having the boys and girls at the same site.
Now, talk to us a little bit about districts in general. Fewer teams this year in 4A, with 3 of the teams dropping down to 3A. Do you like the 2-team format as far as 2 teams moving on from district? And I've got to tell you, I kind of like the second place team not necessarily going on to district, or regional rather, but having to play that extra game. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think I like that. The one thing that as a fan I would like to see is our league going in with another league, like a KingCo. As a coach, which I was a coach in this league as well, I didn't like that so much when Garfield and Franklin were in KingCo, but at this point in time, it might be something that we'll revisit.
So that could be something later on down the road. Probably not in the next year or two, I would imagine, or is that something that might be on the table later? Well,
next year we'll be in the same format, but the year after that we could change that up a little bit. It's going to have to come from the coaches if we do it.
Sure. Now, you are, again, athletic director at Mariner High School. The Mariner team's not having so much success in this tournament, but if you got a couple of young teams there might be some hope on the horizon, right?
Yeah, we have a lot of youth. Our girls program is on the upswing. We have 2 freshmen that are really good players. I think they're going to be good down the road. And our boys team made great strides this year, winning 3 last year, and they won 9 this year.
So there again, and I should ask you before you go to athletic director now, you've been a player in this league, you've been a coach at high school and the college level. How are you enjoying the AD job?
I enjoy it. It's something new. I do miss being on the sideline a little bit, but this is second best.
Well, there you go. So Nate Duchesne, athletic director at Mariner High School, and more importantly this week, he is in charge of the 4A district tournament. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you back to action. Once again, your halftime score, Cascade 36, Kamiak 29. You are watching the Action Jackson Plumbing halftime report.
Welcome back to Everett Community College here on Fox Sports 1380 with Kamiak's head coach Corey Fisher and Corey West. Sorry, excuse me. Corey, didn't mean to offend you. So far in this game, I mean, it's been really back and forth. It's pulled down inside. How do you stop though on your end defensively? Isaiah Gotel had 12 points there in the first quarter, able to stop him there a little bit in the second quarter. What do you need to do though to contain him?
You got to stop letting get touches in the paint. I mean, as a team, they have 22 points in the paint. We got to stop the penetration. The dribble penetration is causing them to get a lot of these buckets, and we have to help off and dropping passes off. So we got to stop them touching the ball.
How do you get the offense going here in the second half?
On our defense. Our defense needs to be our offense. Okay, if we got our defense, we want our defense to transfer into our offense.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, thanks very much, Adam. Let's go to Bill with the first half numbers.
Okay, for the Kamiak Knights, they were 13 for 29 from the field, 44%, 1 of 6 from three-point range, and they hit 2 of 4 free throws. Cascade, great shooting half, and all those points in the paint, 13 for 24, 54% from the field, 2 of 6 from three-point range. They hit all 8 of their free throws. Kamiak was led in scoring by the 7 points of Gavin Patrick. Coleman Grayson had 6 points, 5 points for Chance Lord, 4 points apiece for Jace Wiley and Nate Schubert, and 3 points for Trevor Gray. For Cascade, they were led by the 16 points of Isaiah Gotel. Cameron McGrath and Trevin Blackman had 7 points apiece, 4 points for Brennan Hancock, 2 for Brevin Brown. Cascade out-rebounded Kamiak 14-9. Cascade led by the 6 rebounds of Isaiah Gotel. Kamiak led by the 2 rebounds apiece of Schubert, Foote, and Lord. 5 assists for each ball club for Cascade. 2 assists apiece for Cameron McGrath and Isaiah Gotel. 2 assists for Chance Lord for Kamiak. 2 block shots for Cascade. And 2 steals for Cascade. 4 steals for Kamiak. Tom?
Thank you very much. That's Bill Kusler. I'm Tom Lafferty, along with Pat Castro and Josh Lovern up here on the third deck, the Lido deck here at the Everett Community College Sports and Fitness Center. Adam Lowy down below getting all the interviews. And we are set to go. Second half action with the Cascade Bruins leading the Kamiak Knights 36-29. One more half of basketball, Bill, and one of these 2 teams are going to pack up the uniforms tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. And Cascade with things mostly going their way, although Kamiak kind of snuck back in the later stages of that half before Gotel's final 2 free throws put him up by 7.
Remember, Brevin Brown playing with 3 personal fouls, and he's out there in the starting lineup to start the second half. Brown is open for a 3. He puts it up and misses. Too hard off the back of the iron, no good. Rebound controlled by the Kamiak Knights. They bring it out of backcourt. Chance Lord at the left wing. Dribble to the baseline, closed off there. Swing it back out to the top of the key. They work it down low to the low post. Easily there, Coleman Grayson got behind the defender. The defender kind of looked behind and said, "Oh, I'm supposed to be guarding that guy."
Yeah, they brought Gotel was brought way away from the hoop, and so they had 2-on-1 down low against Hancock, and Kamiak scores easily to pull within 5.
Gotel at the left wing. At the baseline he goes. Gotel, a little step-through move, partially blocked there, then knocked away, but back to Gotel for the lay-in up and good. Nice job defensively by Gavin Patrick for about 3/4 of the time on the possession. Gotel, though, got the advantage in the last quarter of the possession.
Yeah, Brevin Brown was the one that was able to tap that ball right to Gotel for the easy lay-in. Gotel with 18.
Gavin Patrick misses a lay-in on the other end. We go back to the other end, and it's Cascade Bruin basketball. To McGrath to Gotel at the low block. Looking to back it in, he doesn't. Give it up to Hancock. Cross-court pass right side to Brevin Brown. Brown at the right wing, 18 to shoot. Hancock dribble drive along the right side of the key, puts it up, misses it, no good. Coleman Grayson grabs the rebound for Kamiak. Here come the Knights out of backcourt, down by 7, 38-31. We're a minute and a half into the third quarter as they work at the perimeter left-hand side. As they go down low to Grayson, looking to back in, closed off there by Gotel, back out for a 3 ball, rims out, no good. A miss there by Trevor Gray, missed it, and it will be controlled by Cascade.
Gotel not only with 18 points, but he has 8 rebounds on the night as well.
McGrath open for a 3 on the way, rims out, it won't go. Both teams cold from outside. Rebound corralled by Gavin Patrick. Up the floor they go. Immediately down low for Andrew Foote. Count the basket. And Foote got fouled, and he will go to the free throw line trying to close the gap. It's 5 now, could be 4 with an added free throw.
Nothing good ever happens when you leave your feet in a situation like that. And nice play for Kamiak, getting that ball up with Foote, getting him up in the air, sinking the lay-in. Does not hit the free throw, however.
The free throw is missed, and it will be Cascade Bruin basketball leading by 5, 38-33. Loser out. Loser done with the basketball this year. Backing in, using the elbow there was Gotel. No call there, used the elbow, got around the defender and put it up and in. Back to a 7-point lead for Cascade. Lord goes into traffic. Then he dumps it off the right-hand side for about a 2-footer up and good by Coleman Grayson for Kamiak. 5:24 to go, third quarter. Cascade 40, Kamiak 35. Cascade with it. Brown, top of the key, does not have numbers. He'll wait for everybody to join him. Cross-court pass to the left-hand side it goes. That's a Justin Gordon. Gordon looking down low. Nobody there, so he'll kick it back out. They'll reset the offense. 18 to shoot. Brevin Brown still directing traffic with his right hand. Now he'll start the dribble. 12 to shoot. Still looking right side, goes left, down to 9 to shoot, still has the basketball. Looking for a screen, doesn't really get one, turns and spins, puts it up, off balance, no good, gets his own rebound, back up and in. Well, it wasn't the conventional way, but it worked for the lay-in. As he missed the first one, got the second one, it's a 7-point lead. Now along the baseline they go. Back out to the top of the key for a shot, no good. Rims out for Kamiak. That's a miss there by Gavin Patrick, and a control here by Cascade. Bruins bring it up. Brown to the top of the key, Hancock. Cross-court pass to the left corner to McGrath. Up fake for the 3, didn't take it, gives it off to Gotel instead. 20 to shoot.
The Cascade not in a hurry. They have really gotten a lot of good looks off of offensive rebounds. Kamiak's just going to have to find a way to block out and keep them off the offensive board.
Here's Gotel for a three, woefully short, no good. Kamiak controls. Chance Lord out of backcourt. Feeds it left-hand side, up fake once, up fake twice. Neither one will go. A putback's going to be no good by Trevor Gray. And here comes Gotel out of backcourt for Cascade. 4 minutes to play, third quarter, and a 7-point lead for the Bruins. They have the basketball. Moving to our left in their home white jerseys trimmed in crimson and silver. To the top of the key, Brevin Brown. Looked at the three, didn't take it. Gotel is out of three-point range too, and he's got a little bit of room, but he starts the dribble instead. Dribbles at the top of the key, bounces it down to Hancock. He backs in from the low block, turns, faces, and puts it up from 6 feet away and puts it in. It's a 9-point lead for Cascade that equals their biggest lead of the contest. Now Chance Lord goes around a defender, bounce pass right side to Patrick, back out again. They'll reset the offense. Kick it back out for a foul line jumper that's going to be no good by Coleman Grayson, and the rebound controlled by Cascade. A couple of fairly decent looks there for Kamiak. None of them will go down.
Yeah, it's several times down the floor now that they've had some opportunities and have not been able to connect, and Cascade again dominating the rebounds, now pulling up by 9.
McGrath gets it over now down to Gotel from Hancock. So give Hancock the assist. Gotel gets the bucket, and Gotel will go to the free throw line, trying to pad his stats here as he has done a nice job in this ball game, and Gotel goes to the free throw line after the foul whistled here on Coleman Grayson, the 6'5 junior. He picks up his third personal foul. First team foul of the second half against the Knights.
So Gotel again at the free throw line. He has just been so effective from 5 feet on in, just out-muscling players for rebounds, getting good position, and he's probably the most improved player over the entire season that we've seen in the Western Conference, starting out as a kind of a 6th or 7th man for Cascade, and boy, he has developed and is playing some fine basketball here in the latter stages of the season.
After the made free throw, he goes to the bench for a respite. 47-35, but he gave them their biggest lead of the game, up by a dozen. Here's a block by Hancock. Right back into the face of Andrew Foote, of Nate Schubert. They'll have to reset the offense again as they work it out between the circles, and they'll reset it with 15 seconds to shoot. Over the left-hand side they go. Out to the top of the keys. They work the perimeter. Carson Tuttle with it. Now down low, trying to back in. Instead, it's a dump off. They got it off to the left-hand side for Nate Schubert for the bucket, and it's a 10-point lead. 47-37. Full court pressure being applied by Kamiak. In backcourt for Cascade, Edis Hrustic into the ball game now. Goes to Gordon, now to Brown. Brown out of the right wing, starts the dribble, goes around the defender, puts it up off balance. Well, didn't look great. It's not one you put in the can going back to Springfield, but it'll go up and in, and it's 49-37, back to a 12-point lead. Lord puts it up too hard off the window, no good. Brennan Hancock just rips down the rebound, and here comes Cascade, leading by a dozen, 49-37. A minute 50 to play in the third quarter. Pull-up jumper by Gordon, it's good. Justin Gordon puts it up and in, and a timeout on the floor called by Kamiak, and the biggest lead of the game for Cascade was step aside with a minute 43 to go in the third quarter. Cascade 51, Kamiak 37. The 2015 4A Northwest District Boys Basketball Tournament on STSPN.com.
Clogged drain? Other plumbing problems? Call Action Jackson Plumbing for 24-hour service. Owned by a lifetime Edmonds resident and Edmonds Woodway grad, Action Jackson is the drain cleaning specialist. They can unclog most internal drains for only $99 plus tax. Call 425-877-5601 or visit Action Jackson.
Court of Action Cascade now, Bill, has opened up their biggest lead of the game, 51-37.
They've been really patient. They do a great job running Daryl McNeil's offense. They break the press, but they're not in a hurry to go to the hole. They set it up. They work the ball around. They have guards, one guard, Brown, kind of slashing. The other guard, McGrath, stays behind that three-point line. And then they have Gotel and Hancock in the middle. Hancock's kind of the unsung hero tonight. He's just played so sound. He doesn't score a lot of points, doesn't fill up the stat book, but he's a steadying influence out there, has gotten some key rebounds, played some really good defense inside, and has prevented Kamiak from getting anything going in the paint.
haven't really noticed them tonight, so they've done a fairly decent job. Donnie Johnson, Shane Day, Kurt Crammy are the officials tonight. Chance Lord was supposed to be the recipient of a pass breaking along the baseline, but with something else to say about that, Trey Poole says, no, I'll just tap it to my teammate, and here we go. Cascade steals the basketball, and they'll bring it up to our left as they have it in front court. Out between the circles is Poole. Poole starts to dribble with the left hand. Looking down low, goes instead to Blackman. Now to Brown. In traffic, Brown puts it up and in. Surrounded by 5 black shirts from Kamiak. Puts it up, puts it in. That's a 16-point lead. Biggest lead of the game for Cascade. Quickly down the floor comes Kamiak. Dribbling through there. A nice dump-off pass left side to Trevor Gray. Foul's going to be called. Gray found Nate Schubert. And Schubert will go to the free throw line.
For 3 Cascade Bruins with their hands straight up in the air, nobody moving, and yet the foul was called. The thing I like about Brevin Brown's game is that, he missed a couple of threes early, and so he's adjusted his game. He's kind of worked his way inside and is shooting in that 6 to 10 foot range and been very effective since he's done that.
Remember, he had gone out with 3 personal fouls in the first half, and he's played without a foul here in this third quarter, of which there's 59.4 seconds remaining. Next free throw, no good. 53-38, 15-point lead for the Cascade Bruins. Bruins with it. Blackman is at the left wing, goes into traffic, kicks it back out instead. Kind of looking at a shot, no, didn't take it. Brennan Hancock, they'll set up the half-court offense. I think Coach Daryl McNeil says, no, we don't need that shot. Let's work it. Let's work some clock. 15 to shoot, 37 on the third quarter clock. And they're going to have a whistle here. It's going to be a foul against Cascade. And they're going to call the offensive charging foul there on Trey Poole. Bill, a little bit of extra elbow action.
A little bit of forearm in the chest.
About a 1-second differential now. So 34 to shoot, 33 on the game clock here in the third quarter. Winding to the end of the quarter. Kamiak with the basketball. Carson Tuttle, he's the freshman, out there working the point as well. Now to Chance Lord. Lord left wing. Puts the ball on the floor, picked up by Brevin Brown. Here's a steal by Cascade. Brown brings it up the right-hand side. Does not have numbers. He'll dribble through traffic, and the shot clock is dead with 8 seconds to play in the third quarter. Brown still with it. Down to 5, down to 4. Goes around the defender. He'll stop. He'll pop from 3. He puts it up and puts it in, and that is just a dagger by the Cascade Bruins. We'll step aside. End of the third quarter of action, our score. The Cascade Bruins 56, the Kamiak Knights 38. This is the Northwest District Tournament on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380.
The Eye Care Center of Snohomish on Avenue D is here to help with all your eye care needs. Our professional staff is committed to offering the most sophisticated, high-end, latest technologies to our patients. And the Eye Care Center is a relaxed atmosphere, allows you to browse the over 800 high-end designer frames, including some for the little ones. There's really no reason to go anywhere else. See us online at eyecarecenterofsnohomish.com or call 360-568-6666.
Cascade with a 20-9 quarter there, Bill, and Kamiak may have found themselves in a hole out of which they may not be able to climb.
Out of which you're right. Yeah, no, they just had a tremendous quarter, and Brevin Brown got 9 of his 11 points in that quarter, including hitting that big 3 right at the buzzer.
And just now he hit that ball out of bounds. That was a block shot there for Brennan Hancock, and it'll be out of bounds now immediately on the inbounds. Nicely worked, but it didn't work as Nate Schubert missed the lay-in for Kamiak. So missed the lay-in off the inbounds pass, and then another whistle.
Players tied up, both of them a little bit grumpy. You know, you were talking earlier about this is the 4th time they've seen each other. They kind of get tired of one another, and it showed on that one.
Yeah, they played on the 16th of January, the 9th of February, the 12th of February. So this is the 4th time that they have played here in the last calendar month. Here's Cascade with the basketball, leading it by their biggest lead of the game, up by 18 points at 56-38.
Cascade in no hurry now. It's not like they're freezing the ball, but they have been most effective when they've gone outside, taken some time off the clock, and then gotten their shot.
10 seconds to shoot. Blackman has it top of the key. Dribbled along the paint, left-hand side, goes down. The ball's going to be knocked away from Gotel. Picked up here by Tuttle. Go again, laying up, no good. Foul called. He'll go to the free throw line. So the biggest chance that Kamiak will have, Bill, will be to try to score some points while the clock's not moving.
Yeah, and Cascade took a little bit too much time off the clock that time. They're kind of fooling around out there until about 12 seconds on the clock. You want to go until about 20, and then you want to get into your offense and try to get a decent shot.
So free throws here for Carson Tuttle, the 5'9" freshman at the line. It's on the way, and it is good. And Tuttle for Kamiak will get another. The foul had been called on Brennan Hancock, his second personal foul, and the fourth team foul of the half. Kamiak's only had one foul called to them so far in the half. Next free throw good for Tuttle, 56-40, 16-point lead. Cascade with it. They bring it up. Blackman out of back court. Winner of this game will play on Saturday here in the last chance game at 2 o'clock at Everett Community College. We'll have it for you right here on Fox Sports 1380. Out between the circles, Brown. Now Gotel looking down low. Gotel did all his damage in that second quarter. Dribbling down is Hancock and says, thank you very much. He gives up the basketball off the steal, going in, laying up and good for Tuttle as the foul, or we have a timeout called by Daryl McNeil. I think he just wants to kind of slow things down, Bill. I think they're just not quite there yet.
Boy, you got to keep up the intensity. He's not happy, a little bit sloppy on the last two possessions, and Kamiak taking advantage of it and getting two quick baskets. And you know, they're still down by 14, but you don't want your team to take anything for granted. And as we see Coach McNeil pointing at people and jawing with them and just making sure that they're going to be ready to play.
So again, the winner of this ball game will play on Saturday at 2 o'clock against the loser of tonight's championship game between Jackson and Monroe. We'll have that game for you coming up at 8 o'clock. And the loser of that ball game still with a chance to make the regional tournament. Two teams out of the Western Conference will make it to the regionals. And that has nothing to do with whether or not you're going to play the following week when you go to the Tacoma Dome. But the girls' championship game is coming up next year on Fox Sports 1380 and STSPN.com. It's the Snohomish Panthers and the Lake Stevens Vikings. And Mark and Mike will have that for you here coming up. That's scheduled for a 6:15 start. I'm not sure that's going to happen right at 6:15, but they've been pretty well on time here.
Yeah. They're doing a great job running this tournament.
So here we go, back to action. Cascade with it as the Bruins will bring it out of back court. And here's immediately a steal. Tuttle takes it away from Brown. Feeds it left-hand side. Going in, Chance Lord laying up, no good. Brown grabs the rebound, surrounded by Kamiak players. And then he got pushed from behind by Nate Schubert, who looks to the heavens. He didn't like the call. Well, right there, after the timeout was called by Daryl McNeil, and then Cascade is sloppy with the basketball as it came into front court.
Well, the combination of them being sloppy and also Kamiak's defense, this trapping full court zone has given Cascade a little bit of problem here recently.
Up the floor, here comes Cascade. Gotel with it. It's a 6:04 to go in the fourth quarter. Cascade with a 56-42 lead, and the Bruins with the basketball. Kamiak not dead yet. Gotel puts it up, reverses direction, misses the lay-in, no good. And the rebound controlled by Kamiak. Here come the Bruins. Tuttle has it, looks and just hands it off. Give and go down low, and then blocked right back. Coleman Grayson missed, blocked by Cascade. Gotel on the other end, fouled on the way in, and he will go to the free throw line.
I think Schubert just picked up his fourth, preventing Gotel from getting the lay-in. So Cascade, nice transition on that play. But boy, Kamiak's defense has really picked up. They had a 3-on-1 situation 2 possessions ago and a 3-on-2 that time, but that time they could not connect on the nice block shot by Hancock.
So Gotel at the free throw line. First one is up, and it is no good. 56-42 the score. The foul had been whistled there on Nate Schubert, his fourth personal foul, and the third team foul of the second half against the Kamiak Knights. Gotel misses the first, he hits the second, and it's 57-42, 15-point lead.
Gotel with a double-double, now 24 points, 10 rebounds.
Here's Tuttle, lost the handle on it momentarily, picked it back up, surrounded by two big guys, so he says, give it to one of my big guys. Now Tuttle gets it back at the left wing. Look to penetrate here, he does, off the glass and in. That's the freshman. Carson Tuttle puts it up and in, and it's 57-44. It's a 13-point lead. It was 18 points just a few moments ago. Right wing Gotel. Now to Hancock. Pull-up jumper from 8. Rattles, and it goes for the Cascade Bruins. And now
Hancock now with 8 points, but he's done all the dirty work inside.
Tuttle, top of the key. Looked up, didn't take it. Tom Tuttle from Tacoma. Here's a shot on the way. Good. Tuttle drains it. And a timeout called by the Kamiak Knights. Will step aside with 4:59 to play in the game. Cascade 59, Kamiak 47. Snohomish County Western Conference basketball on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380. With Bill Kusler, Adam Lowy down on the floor for us all day long today. And here we go. Cascade with the basketball. They were leading by 18. It's now 12. Kamiak making a little bit of a run here. McGrath has it at the right wing. Tries to dribble in against Lord. McGrath wanted a foul, maybe an argument there. It's chest to chest there. Gotel gets it down low, puts it up off the glass. That's a turning point bucket right there.
They needed that to kind of stem the tide, and Gotel almost a steal on the other end.
He does come down and knocks the ball out of bounds. Kamiak will retain possession, but let's talk about that bucket there by Gotel.
Yeah, they just worked the ball around. They posted it in. He didn't get it cleanly on the first. They kind of batted it around, but then grabbed it and got that lay in, and he and Hancock have really dominated the paint tonight.
Yeah, Isaiah Gotel has come on big time here in the second half of the regular season. Tuttle looked at the three, lost the defender, and now nails the three ball. Carson Tuttle, and another timeout called here by Kamiak. Will step aside with 4:24 to play in the game. Cascade 61, Kamiak 50. Snohomish County Western Conference basketball on STSPN.com and Fox Sports 1380. Game. It was 18 points the lead for Cascade just a few minutes ago. It's 11 points now as Kamiak keeps crawling back. Cascade's been a little sloppy with the basketball last few possessions here in this fourth quarter. There's 4:16 to play.
Carson Tuttle, the freshman, with all 12 of his points here in the fourth quarter, which is all of Kamiak's 12 points.
Gotel, top of the key, goes left-hand side. Justin Gordon on the dribble. Looking to pass it off, goes back to Hancock, cross court to McGrath, dribble drive along the baseline, sees Gotel. He's been camped under there. He loses the handle on it. Still from his knees, gets a pass off. It goes to Gordon and a timeout called by Cascade. I'm not sure exactly when that timeout was called, and I think Corey West is asking the same question. Exactly when did they have possession of this basketball that he had a chance to call a timeout? Have I mentioned lately, this year at all, that I don't like it when the coaches can call a timeout in that kind of situation?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think the players need to be the ones to call timeout. I think that both football and basketball.
Yeah. So anyway.
But they don't care what I think.
No. Yeah, so both bands for the girls' championship game have entered the building. As coming in now the 700-member strong Lake Stevens High School band has been here for a little while. And now checking in, the Snohomish band is here as well, Bill. It's going to be a big musical festival coming up here in the third and fourth games.
It's going to be great. That's been such a rivalry over the years, Lake Stevens and Snohomish and girls basketball, and to have them playing for the district championship game is just tremendous.
Inbounds feed.
There were only 2 seconds on the shot clock, so clock violation.
Yeah, shooting clock violation. And I'll admit I didn't look at the shot clock before the inbound, so wasn't aware of it, and apparently neither was Cascade. So another turnover by the Cascade Bruins. They have committed 12 turnovers in this ball game compared to 7 for Kamiak. Well, 8 for Kamiak because they just threw the ball out into the hallway just about, so it'll be right back to the Cascade Bruins.
Unfortunate for Kamiak. That was a really good opportunity to bring this lead back down to single digits.
Foul's going to be called as...
That was a good play by McGrath.
Yeah.
He had a guy tailing him. He just slowed down and allowed the guy to run up his back for the foul.
So Chance Lord picks up the foul. That's his second personal foul and the fourth team foul. So out of bounds here for Cascade in their front court with a fresh 35 on the shot clock, and Brown will get it on the inbounds. 3:40 to play in the game. As they work the right side, Brown goes in, laying up, rattles in, it goes. Brevin Brown puts it up and in around the defense. Back to a 13-point lead, a little more breathing room here for Cascade. But see if the Kamiak Knights can answer. That's Chance Lord. Down low they go, one bounce on the deck, and Gavin Patrick, a reverse laying up and good. And it is a 3:14 to go and an 11-point lead for Cascade, 63-52. Overplay on the defense, nearly stolen by Trevor Gray. Ball went out of bounds. And it'll be out of bounds now for Cascade at the side court.
Kamiak cannot afford to just trade baskets. They have to get stops on the defensive end.
Here comes McGrath, brings it across with the left-handed dribble. They'll use some time here. Coming up at 3 minutes to play in regulation time, 20 to shoot. Hancock with it. Now down low to Gotel at the low block. Goes in, uses his body up against the much smaller Trevor Gray, and a foul is going to be called. Gray reached through, and they'll call Trevor Gray, the 6-foot junior, for the foul, his second personal foul, 5th team foul, and fouled in the act of shooting was Isaiah Gotel. He goes to the stripe.
And, you know, that's a tough decision for Corey West. Do you put one of your big guys on there who are in foul trouble against Gotel, or do you put a smaller guy in? That time Gray is 5 inches shorter than Gotel and forced the foul, and Gotel now with a free throw. Again, 27 points for Gotel along with his 10 rebounds.
Isaiah's next is going to be no good. Put it off the front of the... All I can ever think of, there's Chance Lord had it, couldn't control it, took his eye off the ball, and it went just about between his legs and out of bounds. Turns it right back over. Unforced error against Kamiak Cascade basketball.
That's really embarrassing when you have the ball all by yourself in the backcourt and then dribble it out of bounds.
And that may just be it as Cascade gets it down to Gotel, misses the reverse lane, gets his own rebound, puts it up off the bottom. The bucket no good, and a foul is going to be called. They're going to call Gotel for the offensive charge, trying to get his second of 2 misses. And he missed both of them. And I think are we agreeing that Isaiah Gotel is going to be our player of the game?
Yeah, you got to give it to Isaiah Gotel now with 27 points and 11 rebounds and still counting.
Double-double, you like that in a district tournament game.
He also has 3 assists to lead Cascade.
Here's a turnaround jumper all the way. It's up, and it is good by Trevor Gray for Kamiak. Down to 2.5 minutes to play in the game. Brevin Brown in front court. The lead is 10 for Cascade, so not quite out of the woods yet. Out by the center line, and then 5 seconds closely guarded would be the call. Daryl McNeil is up, and he is just incensed, calling out his player. It has nothing to do with the officials. He doesn't like the way his guys are playing.
Yeah, that was a good call. Oh,
Tuttle down low, all asleep defensively. Gavin Patrick with the bucket. And it's good, I think, honestly. I think Cascade, and the ball goes out of bounds. Turn it right back over to Kamiak. I think Cascade's players were more worried about what the coach was saying, and they inbounded the ball, and Kamiak took advantage.
And then they were kind of asleep. They were listening to Coach McNeil talking to him, and Kamiak now is just a 8-point ball game.
Top of the key, 3 on the way. Rims off no good by Christian Clausen. And now Brevin Brown will control it. Yeah, I'm going to put that on the coach. I'm sorry. as he was out there yelling at the players. They're all looking at him, and they were not paying attention. And Kamiak, though, couldn't take advantage of the second time. Chance Lord picks up the foul for Kamiak, his third personal foul, and the 6th team foul out of bounds for Cascade.
So and now the next foul for Kamiak will bring free throws. 2 minutes left, 8-point lead. It was 18 not too long ago, but Kamiak, never say die, coming back.
Brevin Brown into front court. They have not had good possessions here the last couple of times, come away with fouls or turnovers. Hancock, top of the key. Give it off to Gordon. Gordon looks right. Goes back again to Brennan Hancock. Cross-court pass left side to McGrath. Dribble drive along the baseline. Thought he took an extra step, but he lays it up and lays it in. 66-56 the score. 10-point lead. Christian Clausen, I'm not sure. It was blocked there by McGrath. Probably not the shot they wanted. To just cast off from deep in the right-hand corner on the first possession, and he's going to go to the pine.
Yeah, and so, trying to get anything. They're still down by 10, so they need it, and they overplayed Gotel and Hancock the last time, and McGrath was able to go in and get a lay-in. So now Cascade can really afford to run the clock a little bit with a 10-point lead, a minute and a half remaining.
24 to shoot. Right side Gordon to Hancock between the circles. Looking down low, still looking. Now he puts the ball on the floor, finds Isaiah Gotel. Gotel is fouled. Right in his face, in his grill there was Trevor Gray, and the foul will be called here. That's going to be his third personal foul and the 7th team foul. So that's going to put Isaiah Gotel at the free throw line for Cascade. 1:09 to play in the game. A 10-point lead for Cascade, 66-56, with 2 free throws coming up here for Isaiah Gotel. Well, 2 after the 1-and-1, and the first one is good.
He's now 8 for 10 from the free throw line, so just an all-around excellent effort for Gotel.
Is that 28 points?
Yep, 11 rebounds.
That's player of the game territory.
Oops.
First one woefully short again. Has a hard time with the second free throw. Up the floor. Here comes Tuttle. Tuttle almost lost a handle on it. They've got to shoot quickly, and he gets bumped there by Gordon. Justin Gordon just kind of gave him the old body bump, and that'll be only the 6th team foul, so out of bounds here for Kamiak, but they got a fresh 35 of the shot clock, but 1 minute to play.
Gordon, just nice defense. They know Tuttle's been hot with 12 points here in the fourth quarter, so Gordon playing him really tough.
On the inbounds it goes to Lord, back out, and it's intercepted there by Brevin Brown. That will just about do it here. Brevin Brown out of backcourt, up the floor they go to Gordon. They'll just play keep away a little bit, knocked away by Lord. He reached through and commits the foul, trying to get the steal, and that will be on Chance Lord. That's his 4th personal foul. And the 8th team foul, so free throws coming up here for Brevin Brown.
Got a little scary there for Cascade for a few minutes as Kamiak pouring it on, but now it looks to be Cascade's way, and then Cascade will have one more opportunity to sneak through the losers bracket and get a regional berth.
Brown at the free throw line. First one is good, and he will get yet another. The lead is 12 points at 68-56. And the next free throw here by Brevin Brown. We'll hear from our player of the game, Isaiah Gotel, down on the floor with Adam here coming up shortly during our Wesco Rep post-game show. Next free throw is good. Carson Tuttle out of backcourt stops and pops from 15 feet and puts it in. 15-footer is good. Timeout called by Kamiak, by Corey West, but I think that's going to be just about it for the Cascade Bruins to win this one, up by 11 with 38.4 seconds to go.
Cascade has really impressed me tonight, Tom. Inside, outside, slashing to the hole. They didn't hit as many threes as we've seen them shoot in the past, but boy, their inside game has been tough, and particularly on the offensive boards, they have played so well.
Yeah, we saw Cascade once during the regular season, and they lost to Jackson that night at Cascade High School. But since then, boy, they have been a much, much improved ball club.
Yeah, and they ended up taking Jackson into overtime the last time be interesting to see, when they play the loser of Jackson Monroe for that last regional berth. Cascade's kind of on a run, and I would not want to be either of those teams that have the opportunity to have to play Cascade the next time around.
So 69-58, taking a little extra time here as the players now breaking up. Kamiak players going out. And here comes Cascade ready to go. And 38.4 seconds to play. And it'll be inbounded here. Gordon will throw it in to Gotel. Gotel loses the defender. Will he go to the rack? He will. Puts it up, gets fouled on the way in, and he will go to the free throw line. So they used about 3 seconds there. And foul shots coming up here for Isaiah Gotel.
Probably could have given it up to Hancock and gotten a return pass for an unmolested lay-in. All academic now, however.
Keller Whitney picks up the foul. That's his first personal foul and the 9th team foul. Free throw here for Isaiah Gotel, our player of the game. This time he's woefully short on the first one, so which means the second one should probably go in.
He's worked hard. He's probably getting a little bit tired.
And we talked about the 94-foot court, too. That just puts some extra miles on the tread of the tires here for each time up and down the floor. And Gotel will get another here. Trying to increase the lead. He does. That was perfect. 70 to 58. 12-point lead, 35 seconds to go. That'll bring some new players out of the floor. Isaiah Gotel will go to the bench.
We'll go to the bench with 29 points and 11 boards, 3 assists, 1 block, and 2 steals.
And he gets a stylish T-shirt coming up from us as well, and he gets to talk with Adam Lowy from Washington State University. Gets to talk with Isaiah Gotel. And a foul here on Cameron McGrath. That's his second personal foul. I think you get a 7th team foul. You got to talk to Brevin Brown. Had 3 fouls in the first half, none here in the second half. He just kind of changed his game.
Yeah, he played really smart and ended up scoring and helping him, playing tough defense and coming in. So, you know, when you have both the outside game and the inside game, as does Cascade, you know, you're really hard to defend.
Free throw on the way, no good. Hit the first, missed the second, and it's an 11-point lead with 26 seconds to go. Here's a steal here by Tuttle for Kamiak. Brings it down, right-hand side, shot on the way, hit the side of the backboard, no good by Jace Wiley. The putback up by Tuttle, no good, and the rebound controlled by Muhammad Kali for Cascade. Cameron McGrath will bring it out of backcourt. Double team trap there. Find a Kali again. Down to 5 seconds to go. Back out to McGrath, and they will not attempt a shot. And this ball game will draw to a close. There is the horn, and the Cascade Bruins will advance and play in the last chance game heading to the district tournament with a final score of 70 to 59 over the Kamiak Knights. 70-59. So Cascade will improve their record now to 14-10. Kamiak season draws to a close, and they'll finish under 500 at 11-12. We're going to hear from our player of the game here momentarily, Isaiah Gotel. Bill, let's run his numbers one more time.
Well, he ended up with 29 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 block, and 2 steals. Not a bad effort.
Not a bad effort at all. And Isaiah Gotel getting the shirt from Adam Lowy. We'll go down to Adam right now. Are you ready to go? Adam, here we go.
Hold on, we're getting situated here. Yeah,
right.
Throw it on as best as you can. Just throw the hat on. No, throw it on your head. Yeah, there we go. It's all good.
That hat's
as best you can, and then hold that shirt up for me.
There we go. Let's go down to Adam. Go.
All right, guys, I'm here with Isaiah Gotel. Isaiah, what a game. 29 points, 10-plus boards, the double-double. How fun was that for you out there? You look like you were just playing in a pickup game out there.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. My team got me in good places to shoot the ball. And, you know, I just want to do everything I can to help my team win. And we're going on to the Saturday game. That's all that matters.
And you guys, in the third quarter, really picked it up. You outscored Kamiak 20-9 there in the third quarter. Describe how you were able to get that going.
You know, we just wanted to push the ball. You know, there's not much we can do. They're a great team. They shoot the ball really well in transition. So, you know, we just wanted to keep pushing the tempo on them. We wanted to get some good layups and good shots, and we did that, and we came out with the win.
Congrats on the win.
Thanks. Thank you.
Tom, back to you.
Okay, thanks very much. And you guys are going to get run over down there as they were conducting that interview right in the middle of the layup lines for the Lake Stevens Vikings. And so we're going to hear from our next game participants coming up here. A look at the stats coming up as well. our final score here in game number 2 of our quadruple header. And the final score, Cascade 70,
and welcome
Kamiak
back
59.
to the post-game show on STSPN. The final score, Cascade 70, Kamiak 59. It's getting loud in here, Isaiah Gotel, but you don't care. You're going to regionals, right?
Yeah, I'm just happy we won. I'm happy to play on Saturday, and I'm glad me and my team did good today.
Now, what's gotten into you lately? You're averaging 23 points a game for this tournament, more than 10 points over your season average. You just stepping it up at the right time, or are you finding a groove?
I just give it all to my teammates. They really look for me down the stretch. I get in the right spots. They give me the ball, and I'm thankful I play with a good group of guys like this, and hopefully we can just finish it out. We really want to go to state, so I'm just, I'm thankful.
Now, second quarter, Brevin got in a little bit of foul trouble. You guys had to play without him. You guys seem to step up your game at that point. Did you have to do any adjustments or do anything differently when he went out?
We have great players off the bench. Our bench players, they come off to do what we need to do. So, as far as Brevin getting in foul trouble, that's just, him doing what he does. He's trying to get the ball, trying to make a play. So, we have a great secondary, so we weren't really worried about it. We just wanted him to come back fresh and ready to go.
This is the third time in 10 days you've played Kamiak. Are you tired of playing them already?
I know. When I found out to be Snohomish, I really wasn't trying to play them again. They're a great team, and I'm just happy we got the win.
One other question for you here, too. Obviously, I know you're going to give me the politically correct answer, but I'm going to ask anyway. You're going to be either playing Monroe or Jackson. You've seen both teams plenty this year. Jackson was a classic last weekend. Overtime game. Do you have a preference?
I say we want Jackson again. We'll see how Monroe plays. They've been playing great too, but we want to see Jackson again, definitely.
You had 28 in that last game against Jackson. You ready to go with those guys?
I think I'm ready to go. I wanted to get the 30 tonight for the fans, but, at least we won.
Okay, we got to get a quick picture here really quick. You are the STSPN player of the game. So if you look right over here at this guy, if you can hold it. So again, 28 points, Isaiah Gotel. You are the STSPN player of the game.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you. So we're going to sign off for now. We're going to come back in about 10 minutes. We have got the 4A Girls Championship game coming up. Snohomish versus Lake Stevens. The winner advances to regionals. The loser still has to play one more game just to try to get through districts. It's going to be right here on STSPN.com.